Hello students, good morning. Today we are going to learn some more programs in our C. So as in my earlier lectures, I think you all go through all lectures and in which we learn the basic concept of C programming language and two input and output functions in C. So in this program we are using only that concept. We will learn some more programming in C. Today we are going to learn a program to calculate the simple interest. Okay. So how you calculate the simple interest in the C using C programming. Now see, the formula of simple interest is P into R into T divided by 100. P is for principal amount, R is for rate of interest and T is for time period. Okay. So here we are going to calculate the simple interest. Now as I told you that the first line of your program is define section. Okay, sorry, in link section. Okay, so in link section we are going to add one file, means that file is include stdio.h. As I told you, why we link this file into your program? Because whatever the functions you are going to use in your program, the definition of that functions is given in this file. So that there is a need of this file. So we are link this file in our program. One more file today we are going to learn, that is include conio.h. The full form of conio is console input and output header file. Okay. Why we are using this file in our program? Because a function which we used in earlier program, that is getCH. So definition of getCH function is given in this console file. Okay, header file. Now start your program. Okay, the program always start with the main function, open curly brace, where the compiler starts the execution. The first statement in your program is always about the declaration. So here we are declaring some variable. Now in our previous lecture, whatever programming we learn, we use only integer type data type. Okay, so here we are going to use another data type, that is float data type. Our float data type is used to store the floating precision point value. Okay, so float P, that is principal amount. P is for principal. So here we are declaring first try to understand that how much variable you need to calculate the simple interest. How much? P is for to store the principal amount, R to store the rate of interest and T to store the time period. Okay, so P, R and T. And one more variable you need here to store the calculated value. So I am taking SI variable. Okay. So we declared four variables, P, R, T and SI as of float type. Okay. So after every declaration, you need to add one function, that is CLR SCR. Why we add this function? Because to clear the output screen. Okay. So here you ask the value, means to ask to input the value from the user, you need to print a message that enter principal amount, rate of interest, that is interest, rate of interest and period, time period we can say, or time we can say. Okay. So we request the user to enter the principal amount, rate of interest and time period. So when the user input these values, So computer or the compiler of your program has to read all this value, and to read the value we are using scanf function. So here we are reading the value for principal amount, and for principal amount we are declared variable p, which is of float type. So to take a float value, here scanf we are using %f. Okay, so in our earlier lecture we learn all these things. Okay, so to rate of interest we declared the variable r, and r is of float type, that's why we are using here %f. Again time t, t is also of float type, that's why we are using %f as a control string. Okay, then first value stored in variable p, second is comma, second is r, and % t. Okay, now once you input the value, there is need to do the processing, that is p into r into t divided by 100. Okay, so here we apply the formula, and whatever the output comes, that will be stored in a SI variable. Now print the SI variable. To print the SI variable value of SI is simple interest. So here we are printing simple interest is equals to %f completion company and SI. Okay, get CH and curly brace, close curly brace. So I hope you understand this program. This program is of to calculate the simple interest, and to calculate the simple interest, the formula of simple interest is the p into r into t divided by 100. Okay, so p stands for principal amounts, r stands for rate of interest, and t stands for time period. Okay, so to do the C program of simple interest, first you need to add link. You need to add some header files. In link section we are using two files, that is stdio.h and conio.h. Okay, and then main function. As I told you, every program must write in a main function. So first part of your program after main function is declaration. Here we are declaring the variable p for principal amount, r for rate of interest, and t for time period, and SI to calculate the simple interest. Then we add one function CLR SCR, and after defining the function we print a message in the output, on the output screen, that is enter principal amounts, rate of interest and time. When the user enter all these values, inputted all these values, compiler has to read all this value, and to read the value we are using scanf function. Okay, so here scanf value is used to read the scanf function is used to read the value. So value for principal amount, rate of interest and t. As all these variables are of float type, that's why we are using %f in the place of control string. In previous program, the values, the variables are declared as a int type, that's why we are using %d as a control string. So here after inputted the value, there is need to do the processing. Now for processing we are applying here the formula, whatever value are stored in p r t, that will be multiplied and divided by 100, and whatever output comes from this formula will be stored in a SI. And finally by using printf statement we are printing SI value of SI. Okay, lastly we are using get ch. Don't forget to put semicolon at the end of the statement and get ch. So get ch function we are using here. Actually the get ch function is used to the one value from the user, है ना? So one character from the user. So when it prints the value, it hold the screen. Means compiler वहाँ पे रुक जाता है कि यहाँ पे जब तक आप कोई की प्रेस नहीं करते, कुछ इनपुट नहीं करते, तब तक आप उस स्क्रीन को स्किप नहीं कर सकते. ओके. Similarly, I am also explaining here one more program, that is to calculate the area of triangle. So here again we are using two files in link section, that is stdio.h hash include conio.h, that is console input and output header file. Every program must return in a main function and open curly brace after this. Now declaration. Here we are the formula to calculate the area of triangle is base into height divided by 2. Okay. So again we are using here float, because when we divide the value by 2, the value might comes in a precision point. So we are using here float. So one variable is of base, B is for to store the value of base, and another variable height. Okay. Or you can declare as B or H. B is for base and H is for height. Okay. Now one more variable we need over here to store the output, that is 80, area of triangle. Okay. After declaration, what I told you, that after every declaration you must add CLR SCR, okay, to clear the screen. Now printf statement to print the message for the user, that is enter the value for base and height. Okay. So here user get the message that compiler asked to enter the value of base and height. Okay. So here when user enter the value of base and height, compiler has to read that value. So to read the value, we are using scanf function. Again we are reading the value for base variable and height variable, which is of float type. So we are using %f as a control string, because whatever value we are reading over here or taking, that is of float type. Okay. So first value stored in variable base and second value will be stored in variable height. Okay. Close bracket and semicolon. Semicolon, and you have to put the semicolon at the end of the statement, because semicolon treated as a light termination. Okay. Now once you got the value for base and height, then need to calculate area of triangle. So for area of triangle, what we have declared? 18. So 18 is equals to base into height divided by 2. So after calculating this procedure, whatever output comes, the compiler will store that output or will assign that output to the variable 18. So here we need to print the value of 18. Printf area of triangle. This is the message, and after this message we need a value. That value is of area of triangle, which is stored in a variable 80, which is the type of float. So that's why we are using %f, here quotation complete, and 80. Okay. And after calculating, one more function you need to add over here, that is get ch function and close curly brace. So here in this lecture we learn two programs, that calculation of simple interest and the calculation of area of triangle. Okay. So in our next lecture I am going to teach you some more programs that programs is reverse of given numbers. Okay, reverse the digit of given number. जो भी given number दिया उसको reversely print करना है. So ऐसे कम से कम हमने 5 से 6 प्रोग्राम यहाँ पे प्रोग्राम करने हैं और उसके बाद मैं आपको असाइनमेंट दूंगी और वो असाइनमेंट के प्रोग्राम्स आपको ट्राई करने हैं एंड सबमिट करने हैं. ओके, सो थैंक यू.